All right, everybody, welcome back to Movie Talks and Chill. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
Gavin's got a little bit of a voice.
I swallowed a frog, okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
You swallowed a frog.
you gotta do it every once in a while.
Ribbit. Every time you hiccup.
I kept hearing him say Bud Light.
Actually, I thought it was Budweiser.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Budweiser.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
The
I
The famous
fucked up.
commercial from 25 years ago.
yeah. Shut up. You were 15.
That was.
That is the math, yes. 25 minus 40 is 15. Not even legally able to drink the Budweiser, but
Legally.
but yes, we are back now, and we did the Animation Film Festival last weekend. That was a
Correct.
good time.
It was a good time.
Met some really nice people out there. I actually, a little side note, I don't know if you guys checked the email, but the one girl that I met right before we left, Dana was introducing me to her. She thought we were still there, and obviously we had everything closed up. But she reached out, so she was really looking forward to coming and talking to us. She's a voiceover artist.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So she left her contact info in the email. So
Okay.
you get to check. You can check out her website and stuff. But
Awesome.
we'll have her on probably in December sometime.
Awesome.
But for this episode, we haven't talked really too much about an individual actor in a bit.
Yeah.
In a
it's
couple
been
hot minutes.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
Well, except for like the actors we've
Yeah.
interviewed, but other than that, we haven't really talked on someone,
Yeah.
the Hollywood kind. And unfortunately, this man has passed away, but was a phenomenal
Oh, yeah.
actor and comedian, Mr. John Candy.
Yep. And when you pitched this idea, I was like, ooh, I think I know what my favorite movie's going to be. I was like, ooh, wait, no. Ooh, wait, no. Like, I think I went through like 4 movies before I finally settled on one.
And what initially, I think I told you guys last time, what sparked my interest in that was on Amazon Prime, they had that documentary about him called I Like Me.
Oh, okay.
It's a John Candy thing. It's all the people, they have some old footage from his life and stuff, so that's kind of cool, stuff you've never really seen before.
Oh.
A lot of you hear, Dan Aykroyd talks a lot in the background about him because they knew each other real well. Bill Murray's like the opening person on the video.
Oh, really?
And it was really good. And, the term, my uncle told me about it because he's not as much of a movie person as I am, but he mentioned that he saw the documentary, and so I watched it. But he's like, yeah, it's called I Like Me. I think it's a line from one of his movies. I'm like, yeah, it's Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. So there's that scene when Steve Martin and him are getting into a fight, and Steve Martin goes off on him when they wakes up and they're sleeping in the one hotel before they wake up with between the two pillows.
Yeah.
And Steve Martin's just ripping into him and all this stuff. And then his retort, he's very calm. He's like, you want to hurt me? Go ahead. I'm an easy target. And then he's like, but I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. So it was a nice little homage to one of his famous lines in a movie. So, Mr. John Candy.
Indeed.
Wish he was still here.
Larger than life. Yes, 100%. Yeah, I think my first movie I remember watching with him, and it was The Great Outdoors.
It's a good movie. It's a great movie.
The old 96er.
Yes. Just watching him go through that steak, and Dan Aykroyd, like, hey, if I get him to get the rest of it down, I better throw in a couple of T-shirts and some hats for the kids.
Yeah, at one point he's like sitting there listening to his stomach. He's like, "It's good. Everything's digested
Everything's
very
moving."
nicely. Yeah, we're good. We're good."
Well, I like when he comes out there, and he's like, "There's nothing but fat and gristle on that steak," and he's like, "Yeah." And he's sitting there trying to hold, he's trying to pull his shirt, and like crying.
Bon appetit.
I just.
And when they get the old man in there, like, what? What? Old man wasn't like a cute little girl going over and kissing him on the cheek?
Oh, yeah.
A dead one.
You might not want to have your daughters.
I don't like how they're going around Ed there. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember who they were celebrating or what the guy's name was, but he's like,
It's supposed to be like his 100th birthday or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
He died on the way over here in the car.
And all the kids are like, Jesus!
Yeah.
the oldest son.
Go wash your hands.
I know it's not like the greatest scene, but it is to me. But I just love it when the power goes out and Dan Aykroyd's like a $200 lighter doesn't work, and John Candy's like 89 cents, just holding it around.
Well, they also tell the the Big Bear story.
Yeah.
To scare everybody.
What's the bear dump situation?
I think he's putting the
He's
candy
gonna.
bar out
He's
there.
gonna. Okay. Yep. He's gonna be there, and then they're just sitting there jumping on the car.
Yeah, you shouldn't feed the bears. They literally said don't feed the bears.
Yeah.
So a friend of ours, Domingo, him and his wife and 2 friends went out to Idaho to go camping for a week. So they, got an Airbnb, but it's a big old wooden cabin and everything like that. But his wife was like, they were in bear territory, so she was like terrified that they were going to get attacked by a bear. So he looked up which one of his guns he should bring with him on the plane, and apparently a 9mm wouldn't do it. He had to bring his 10mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You're gonna need the Desert Eagle for that bad boy.
Yeah. Bears are resilient.
Apparently.
Yeah.
They have special guns for them.
Made out of lamps.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Well, not only that, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was like the weather reader. Where he's got like a whole white, like it looks like a skunk line of
Yeah,
just
the
white
one that
hair.
got hit a bunch of
It's
times.
like how many times is it now, Ed? Six times, 66 times in the head.
66 times.
Holy God! Yeah,
In the head.
you see him running, you take cover.
I love how he does get struck by lightning
again.
by the end of the movie.
That would hurt
That
a lot
yeah.
after 66 times. I mean, I would just stay inside at that point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother going outside.
Yeah, I
a
don't think I'd
rubberized
go
suit.
anywhere.
If I hear one bit of thunder, I'm hiding. I'm going.
If I hear one drop of rain,
Yeah. Oh no.
yeah, he would not survive in Florida.
No.
No.
The
He'd be a
lightning
shut-in.
capital of the U.S.
Welcome to Florida. So I also watched last week, since I knew we were going to be doing this, I went back some of my old favorites, and there's one that I think I've told you about that I really like. I think it's probably one of his most underrated films, and that's Who's Harry Crumb. And it's available on Tubi.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen it, you probably haven't.
I have not.
By the look on the face, by the power of
I have-
Grayskull.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It was like it I think it bombed in the box office, but I mean it's got it's John Candy in there, Jeffrey Jones, you know who Jeffrey Jones is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's got the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know exactly who that is.
I have to say it. The Dr. Jennings from Howard the Duck.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But it's got him. It's got Annie Potts. Annie Potts is in it.
Okay.
Janine from Ghostbusters.
That makes
The
see. That's
secretary.
all you got to say. Stop saying names. Just give me roles.
Did she ever do a stint on Saturday Night Live?
Annie Potts?
Yeah.
She might have. I'm not sure.
Oh no, she.
Oh
did
no!
one
Oh, you mean
season.
actually being in the cast?
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't think so, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
I remember seeing her on the show a couple times, but I couldn't remember if it was just like a.
I
Like
think
a
it was
one-
just guesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? She might have been. But yeah, it's got. I mean, it's got all them. I mean, there is a bunch of people in that movie that's well known. But if you go back, check it out. He's a private investigator, detective. Comes from a long line of Crumbs. He's the mess up of the family. Like his great grandfather had started the company, and so this husband and wife, their daughter gets kidnapped, and they also have another daughter, and so they're going to this detective agency, Crumb and Crumb, and they're all booked up like it's their L.A. branch, and they're like swamped and he can't do it. He's like, I'll call one of our other branches, so he gives him a call to have him come out there, and he's one of the relatives of the family that started the business, but he's just. It's kind of like a Pink Panther type, like an Inspector Clouseau type thing. He messes up stuff all the time, but it ends up working out for him. But it's a good time. It's just he does all the disguises. I like when he does that. I think it's supposed to be like some Indian guy at the mud.
Oh yeah.
At the mud
mud
spa
pit.
thing. But it's hilarious. So you got to check it out. It's really funny. Again, I think it did like bomb at the box office. It did not do well, from what I remember. But it became like a cult classic later on. So
Nice.
watch Who's Harry Crumb. You'll get a kick out of it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm almost done with the TV show I'm watching on Tubi, so when that's over.
For me, it kind of gave off like a little bit of like Fletch vibes too.
Yeah, yeah, because he's constantly going undercover for stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what.
Sounds like a better version of the Dana Carvey movie Master of Disguise.
Yeah, it is. Actually, yes, believe it or not. I mean, Dana Carvey is better at impersonations, but you know,
That movie was not good.
Yeah, no. And then I think the very next movie
Remember
he
that
did was
turtly
The
enough
Turtle.
for the Turtle Club?
yeah. Ugh, that was horrible.
Yeah, that movie sucks so hard.
Don't watch
All
it
right.
again.
Well,
Oh, this one is a classic. I think along the lines of Tony's movie, it didn't do very well, but I think the people who have seen it really enjoyed it. It's called Canadian Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
There's just so if you haven't seen it, it's the president of the United States is in peacetime. It's in like the 95 or something like that. We weren't really at war with anyone at the time, so his
Yeah, we took a break for a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah. So his approval ratings were going to hell, and I think someone in his cabinet or a senator or something like that convinced him, was like, you know what, if we start like a propaganda campaign against Canada to make them seem like they're evil, and then you come out and be like, yeah, fuck Canada, just like South Park, but like 10 years before them. It'll raise the your approval ratings, like, yeah, screw Canada. And then John Candy, one of the bartenders from Cheers, I can't remember her name, and another guy, they're in Niagara Falls, and they say, you know what, yeah, let's go kill these Canadians. So they just grab guns and start going into Canada and trying to start a war. And to make sure an actual war doesn't happen this is the funniest part in the movie, to make sure that the war doesn't actually happen between the U.S. and Canada, when they find out that these three people have gone into Canada, they send in their special, like Alpha Squad. I can't remember it's a really ridiculous name, but like over the top, like Alpha Team Go Kill People, something like that. But
Something from like Team America or something.
Yeah.
There's a scene where you see that like special ops team just like running in a field in Canada, and one of them like trips and falls down. The squad leader comes back to him, and the guy on the ground's like, "It's okay, I just stubbed my toe." Pulls out his sidearm and just kills him right then and there. Like, no weakness in this squad whatsoever. It's genuinely hilarious. Like when one of the people gets, I don't know, taken prisoner. Well, not prisoner. They're overly nice, like the stereotypical Canadians. Mm-hmm. So she gets picked up by, I think, the Mounties or whatever, and she's hurt. So they bring her to the local hospital, and she doesn't pay. She tries to pay, and they're like, "No, it's free." It's like, whoa! And she gets angry that she doesn't have to pay a hospital bill. But she opens up the window, and all you see is this like intense blizzard going on, and she's like, "What the hell am I doing in Ottawa? Like, how the hell did you figure out that was Ottawa?" The movie.
Sneaky.
Yes.
The movie is wildly underrated in my opinion. It is such a classic John Candy movie.
I think it was his last one. It was either that or Wagons East.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was one of the two. Was one of his last ones
Yeah.
that he did.
I will. There's a great bit at the end, like one of the three. So there's John Candy, the bartender from Cheers, which is a woman, and then another friend of his, which is a black guy. And unfortunately, I can't remember either his name or his character. It's been God knows how long since I've seen this movie. But he was telling John Candy, "There's never been a black hockey player. What's wrong with this?" And like the whole movie, that's like his main obsession. And at the end of the movie, he's like, he went on to become the first African American hockey player.
It's a miracle. Good stuff, man.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I think that one came out in '95. I think Wagons West came out in '94, but I believe his last scene that he ever shot.
Wagons East was in '94. Canadian Bacon was in '95.
Yeah, so there was one of them where it was like one of his last scenes was shot on one of those two movies before he passed away. But no, so I mean, there's a ton of movies. Obviously, he always.
It must have been Canadian Bacon because he died in 1994.
Yeah. But most of his movies, like at the beginning, he always like co-starred with people.
Yeah.
I want to say the few movies where he was the main character. So I would say The Great Outdoors. I don't know if he was titled on the top tier, but it was basically him and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
But
Except for Summer Rental.
Summer Randall, I was going to say
Yeah.
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck, yeah.
Uncle Buck was in there. But I grew up watching his old school and stuff like Splash.
Yes.
He always played like a great supporting character.
Yeah.
Brewster's Millions.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he was
It
the
was-
best friend.
yep.
Stripes.
Stripes, yep.
Spaceballs.
Yep, Spaceballs. Barf.
Barf.
Which we will talk in great detail in a few minutes, probably.
Or like
Because those were the two movies that was like Spaceballs, Canadian Bacon. I gotta go with Canadian Bacon.
Yeah, I think he had a bigger role in Canadian Bacon.
Oh yeah, he was the star. He
Yeah.
was the top billed star, I think, in that movie.
And it's funny. His character in Splash was he was the brother of Tom Hanks in the movie, but he was more like the womanizer character.
Yeah,
In the movie. God, I can't remember what his character name was in that movie off the top of my head, but no, it was a good time. But I'd say Brewster's Millions, he was funny, but it wasn't like I think it was more Richard Pryor type funny or other things that were going on. That was more of where the
Well,
real
I
humor
thought
came
his
from.
humor really went well with Richard Pryor's humor in that movie. Like, because he was like, hell yeah, let's go spend millions. But Brewster, no, you got to do it the right way. And he's like, no, buying clothes for everyone on Fifth Avenue. And I was like, that's a good way to do it. He lived in like the penthouse of the plaza for like a month or something like that.
Yeah, he bought it out. Yeah, because he had 30 days
Yep.
to spend $30 million to win the $300 million.
Yeah. But the law firm didn't want to lose all that money, so they withheld like $1,000 or something. Like, how you didn't technically spend all your money.
Yeah, it was about, I want to say it was like 20 or 30,000, and what that was from was it was a retainer he gave to the decorator, and what's his name? The woman, the love interest of Brewster that he got to meet, the accountant that was working for the law firm. Her boyfriend was also working for that law firm, and they're the ones who got him in on it. So he held back the money because of that. And then, if you remember, the greatest thing, and he's like, he's going to kill him. He's like, I'm going to kill you. Warren was the guy's name.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to kill you, Warren. And so he's like, you see the clock ticking, which was a very intense scene.
Yeah.
Because he's got to sign everything in. He's like, I need to do something, blah, blah, blah. She's like, you can put the money in this and blah, blah, blah. He's like, I need a lawyer. She's like, you're going to need a lawyer. He's like, you're hired. She's like, I'm just a paralegal. He's like, doesn't matter. You can do the paperwork, right? She's like, yes. And he's like, how much? He's like, how about a $30,000 retainer? She's like, deal. And then they signed. He gives him she gives him a receipt, and then he like basically wins it out.
Trivia question for you. What is the name of the baseball team that Richard Pryor played for in the movie?
Okay. Hang on a second. I know it's oh my God, because it's in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I want to say it's not the Hoboken, or maybe it's Hoboken something. No, I know it's one of the cities in New Jersey.
Pretty famous one.
Yes, hang on a second.
The Harlem Heat.
Harlem. I'm trying to think of all the cities in New Jersey that are actually popular. Oh my God, because I know what it is because I just saw this movie not that long ago, and I can picture the logo.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a second, we'll come back to it. Give me a couple minutes to think about it. Talk about yourself.
Next. You want the guy that's hoarse to keep talking. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, we are coming up to the holiday season, and he does have a great little cameo in Home Alone.
Yes.
Yeah. So if
The Polka King.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen this movie in a while, or if you've just never seen it because you were born after the '90s, John, when the mom is trying to get home to Kevin, she needs a ride, and him and his polka band are like, yeah, we're going to Chicago. You jump right in the back. So she's crammed in this like white panel van, and John Candy's just like, it's the holidays. You gotta like lighten up and be cheerful. And she's like, she goes through the story of what's going on, and he's like, what'll cheer you up? And they all just start playing their music. I cannot fathom how loud that must have been in a combined area. That must have been deafening. Like,
great echo.
Her ears are bleeding by the time she gets. She's like, Kevin, where are you? It's like, hi, Mom, I'm here. Kevin, I don't hear anything. Where are you?
My ears and eyes are bleeding. Let's see. All right, I can't. Hackensack Bowls.
There you go.
Okay. For the record that you watch, I did not touch
Nope,
my
you did
phone
not
at
look
all.
it up.
I was like, God, I know this one. I was like, it's a.
Well, I knew it was Hackensack, but I couldn't remember the actual.
Was it the Bowls though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I looked it up before I asked the question.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. Side note, that just popped into my head. I knew it.
I just wanted to make sure I brought up his cameo in Home
That's
Alone.
why I was thinking Hoboken. I had the H in there. I was like,
Yep.
I was like, man, come on, man. Well, also, I mean, talking about the holidays coming up, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, that is probably one of the few movies that is actually full-on Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah. I've seen it once, and the only time I can remember the scene I can remember is when Steve Martin's at the car rental ticket. He's like, I just want to get in a fucking car so I can go fucking home. Now, give me a goddamn fucking car. It's the only scene I can remember because it is the funniest thing to me.
4 wheels and a seat. Or four tires and a seat. I think that's what he wanted.
He just wanted to get away from John Candy so badly.
Yeah, I like who, because she's and she was the one who played the secretary of Ed Rooney in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's on the phone when he's walking up all angry. It's like, okay, gobble gobble.
You reminded me of Ferris Bueller. I just remember that scene where she picks a pencil out of her head and she scratches, she finds another one. It's like she's got like a whole box of pencils in her hair.
Hey, it's good to keep them hidden, man. Now, but yeah, definitely Brewster's Millions, solid movie.
Oh, great movie.
I love Summer Rental. There's a place in my heart that where, for some reason, it's one of those movies, if it's on, regardless of what point in the movie it's on, if I'm stopping. And I gotta watch it, because there's so many funny things about that one.
Especially when he's sitting there, he's got twisted his ankle. And the neighbor comes over and she's like, "Oh my God, I've got lemonade. Honey, let me take care of you."
Oh, yeah. That's the one that wanted him to always feel her.
Yeah. So he takes her. She takes him over to her cabin or whatever it is that they've got. That's just a couple of houses down. And it's so funny. Like he's got like this tray of stuff he's supposed to be taking, like drinks out to the beach for his wife and his kids, and he like drops it. And it's, you know what? I'm really thirsty. And he goes in there, and the lady's sitting there talking. She's saying, I just got these things done. Would you like to feel them? And then next thing you know, her I don't know if it's her husband or boyfriend. Okay,
it's her husband.
He comes walking in, and he's like, "Dude, tell me, do they look good? Would you tell her that they're not lopsided?" He's like, "Oh, I wouldn't want to be. They're just like, no." And finally, she takes her top off, and he starts feeling them, and he's like, he overstays his welcome, and the boyfriend gets mad, and then he has to run out.
Mister, again, another one.
Yeah,
She
another
does
one.
to everybody we meet. Will you tell me they look real?
Yeah.
Mister, will you please just feel them? Hey, those are great. He's like, yeah, it was either that or a set of power tools. Like, oh, I think you made the right choice. Those are fun for the whole family. It's good times, man. I do like in the beginning when they first get to take the vacation and they go to the wrong house.
Mm-hmm.
They get the wrong address. It's like 42 North Lane or something. They were supposed to be on 42 North Way. And they're staying in the house and they're sleeping. All of a sudden, this family comes in, and they start getting into a big hustle because they think that they're breaking in. And he's like, "No, this is our house." It's like, "No, we rented this house." And he's like, "Here's our receipt." And he's like, tells them it's the wrong address. And he goes to get the dog food, and the dog food falls out all over. And it's like a big master mountain bag. And he's like, "We'll just take care of it." And then they get their daughter, the youngest girl. And she's like, "Daddy, I peed in the bed." He's like, "No, sweetie, you peed in their bed."
Sorry, guys.
But they have the regatta,
Yeah.
the big regatta championship. So, have you seen Summer Rental?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying this description.
You really got to get on it, man. He basically, the premise is he's an air traffic controller, and he basically burns out because one day there's something on his screen just like on it, and he thinks something went wrong, and he's like,
he lost a plane.
Yeah. Like, where do you go? And it was a smudge or something. And so he's like, you got to take a break. So he's forced to take a vacation. So they come down to, I believe it was down here.
In Florida?
It was filmed in here. I want to say it was filmed on this coast, but I may be Fort Lauderdale. I can't remember. But anyway, it was filmed down here. So they go down to Florida because I think they're maybe from Illinois or something. I can't remember exactly where they're from. And
I want to say it was Midwest.
And he's got the youngest daughter. He's got the oldest daughter who was the girl from the redhead girl from Goonies.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then the son who was, I want to say he was like maybe about 11, 12.
It was filmed in the St. Pete Clearwater area.
Okay. So it was on this coast. And so yeah, he's got 3 kids, his wife. And they come down, so they're just trying to vacation. So the first debacle happens. They get the wrong house. And when they do get to the right house, it's like this little rundown bungalow shack. Like when you see the older ones down in like off Indian Rocks and stuff. Like those real smaller ones that are right on the beach, but they're like connected to a bunch of other people. It was like that because the first house they got was like real elaborate, real nice place, and this is like your basic vacation home. I mean, it was just something. It's basic. It's bare boned. Terrazzo floors.
Yeah.
You know, the old crank windows that had all the spacers in it, old Florida style.
Oh yeah.
Which I remember that stuff because that's how my house was. We didn't live on the beach, but you know we had all that style stuff. So anyway, they go out to dinner one night, and there's lobsters in the tank, and they're like, "Oh, we're getting lobster tonight," and they're waiting on their table, and they said they have to wait a little bit because there's a reservation, and then another guy walks in, and he's like the town's guy. He basically owns a lot of stuff around there, and they just sit him down right away, and they end up ordering lobster after they had sat down, so he gets the last of the lobsters, the rich guy. So John Candy makes a scene about him. Turns out his places they're renting is owned by that guy.
Oh.
So he finds that out and basically is telling him to get out. He goes, kick him out. He writes him a check for it, and he's like, tears the check up, and he's like, all right, basically he makes him a deal. He's like, how about the regatta?
Right.
It's like, I win, we stay rent-free. He's like, you win, we live. Yeah, I'll pay you in full, and we'll leave tomorrow.
Because I
Or the
think
day
they had
after.
rented it out for like a month.
It was a couple weeks, I think,
Yeah.
or at least. Or it might have been a month, I'm not sure. But yeah, so he basically
he had
said...
to take a full leave.
really?
Yeah, they said you were burnt out because... And I think that's a
Yeah.
real thing with
It
air
is.
traffic
Oh, yeah.
controllers. You were forced to stop for an X period
Well,
of time.
I've seen the movie with John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton.
Pushing 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he goes back, but that's the deal. He's like, if he wins, he gets to stay there rent-free for the rest of the time, and if the other guy wins, then he'll say they'll pay him the whole amount, and then they'll leave right away. So he ends up, but the thing is, he doesn't really know how to sail. He sailed with his dad, he said, I think.
Right.
But
Years ago.
Yeah, when he was a kid, so he goes out, and they're sailing. Actually, it wasn't a restaurant scene, that's right. It wasn't that pushed him over the limit. He went to take his son out sailing on this little sailboat, and he didn't know he couldn't remember. He thought he knew how to sail, and he runs into the rich guy's yacht, a big sailboat. I mean, tears into it, which messes up his leg. He's wearing that big casting with that air bubble on it, and so that's what does it. That's what sets the guy up. But then, so they make the deal, and they also end up, when they left that one restaurant later on that night, they end up at this little shack place. And it's like basically frozen fish sticks, and but the guy's Scully.
It's rip torn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy from Zed from
Men in Black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's running it. That's Sully.
Yeah.
And he's running the restaurant. He's basically like this old pirate guy. And they have a big ship outside their restaurant called the Barnacle because it's covered with barnacle. It hadn't been sailed in forever. And then his little second mate guy, that weird old guy.
Yeah.
So he basically teaches him how to sail. And then they end up fixing up the Barnacle boat, and they use that.
That's
to
what they
race him.
enter in. Yeah.
Nice.
And the best part about it is how he wins.
Yeah.
So they're going neck and neck, and he's actually they're like toe to toe towards the end of it. Like the whole race is going on. They basically just have you ever seen a regatta?
Yes.
They just go down, turn around, come back. So as they're coming back, they find out they have too much weight because the other boat, like they were almost neck and neck, and the rich guy's boat starts taking the lead, and he's like, we don't have enough sail because they had trouble finding sail and stuff and all this stuff to get it up and running. And he's like, we don't, there's too much weight. So I think they started dumping some stuff just to loosen the weight up. But then he's like, they need more wind power. And so all of a sudden it cuts to the scene and you just see their boat passing by him. And then the guy's like, no. And he screams up and he looks up and it's John Candy's pants or shorts are up there floating in the wind. And it pans down. He's just in his boxers just waving at him. So that's how he wins the match.
That's awesome.
Good movie, though.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
Great time. But everything you would expect from being in Florida on vacation if you're from up north, you stay in the sun too long without the proper sun.
Yeah.
He falls asleep.
He got massively sunburned.
Yeah. Well, when I moved down here, I think I did that my first 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, I was in the sun so much, my hair was actually turning blonde.
Ooh. Don't do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You bleached yourself.
With natural UV rays.
Ooh.
I wouldn't say it was natural.
Yeah. But he also had that small part in Blues Brothers.
Yep.
He was the one of the cops chasing him. No, I think he was the parole officer. He was the parole officer going after him. Get into that into that big Opera House Hall where they're playing at, and he sits down and goes, "Orange Whip."
We're on a
Want an
mission from Gad.
You want an orange whip? Orange whip. But yeah, John Candy's their parole officer. That one he didn't have as big of a role in, but he was just, he knew the guys between SNL and SCTV. And,
Well, it's kind of the same way with Stripes, too.
Yeah. Yeah, see. Well, yeah, he was good friends with Bill Murray. And, I mean, basically, anybody from SNL and SCTV knew each other.
Yeah.
Almost everybody. And most of the people had started out, even on the SNL group, did, like, Second City touring. Not the TV show, but that's where the TV show name came from. So Second City Touring Company was the improv thing in Chicago and Illinois or wherever it was. And so, Bill Murray, all them, like any big name person that you knew back then, started probably at Second City Touring Company.
That explains his minor role in the National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a security guard that Chevy Chase kidnaps and forces him to go on all the rides.
Moose should have told you. Sorry, folks.
Park's closed.
That's not even a real gun. Oh,
That's-
this is. This could cause major infection.
Yeah.
Rusty? May I call you Rusty? Yeah. I had a problem on this roller coaster last time I was on it. What happened? I threw up. Rusty? May I call you Rusty?
Oh man, what was the other one? Was it Nothing to Lose with him and Chevy Chase?
Either Nothing to Lose or Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing but Trouble.
Oh, the one, yeah, Dan Aykroyd again
Yeah.
was in that one with him. Yeah, he played he was the sister, wasn't he?
The sister and the bailiff.
That's right.
They're twins.
Yep. You ever seen that one?
Nope.
Chevy
Oh my
Chase,
God,
Demi Moore,
dude.
Dan Aykroyd.
That is hilarious.
That was another one that was kind of underrated. It was another bomb at the box office. Basically, at that time, they had all the names that would work for a movie, but it was also Dan Aykroyd, and he was such a weird character in that movie. He played the judge, and
And
just
he
like
was,
this weird
like,
old-looking
Yeah,
guy.
super old. Like his nose was fake. He had a wig. It was like, yeah.
He kind of looked like the second version of Vigo in Ghostbusters 2.
Yes.
Like after, or what Ray turned into when he turned into Vigo.
Yes.
At the end, that's kind of like what he looked like. Yeah, that it's weird. I think he might have taken it from that movie, and be like, let's make me look like Vigo again.
Dan Aykroyd's the old guy.
Yeah.
This looks super familiar. Maybe I have seen this.
I think they put it over TBS or TNT
Yeah, probably.
for years.
Yeah, they're going to Chevy Chase is a big business guy, and he got
Yeah.
that brand new BMW. And Demi Moore wants to go for a ride with him, and they run into that couple, that Hispanic couple. And the guy's in like everything, so I can never remember his name, but he's in everything. And they go on this trip and end up veering off. I think they either get pulled over or they end up.
Well, they're all in the same car together. Yeah,
Yeah.
they get pulled over by John Candy.
That's what it is. Yeah, they get pulled over to get a ticket, but he said you have to come, you have to see the judge.
Yeah,
So they basically
because of
take
how
him-
fast he was going
Yeah.
or whatever.
They take him to see the judge, but they're like stuck there, like in their house, and it's like a big junkyard. What was the two weirdo sons' names? Bobo.
Bobo and shoot.
Was
I
it
can't
Shoot?
think of- No, it wasn't shoot.
But they're like twins and
Yeah.
stuff. But they're like these grotesque.
But they were like mongoloid, like
Oh.
giant, like huge babies. Like,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
like minds of children. Too.
Oh.
right,
Yeah.
right. They were probably
Like
40.
Rob
but-
Riggle from The Goods.
Yes.
Yeah. No, worse than that. No,
Worse.
no, like an actual child.
Yeah,
Child. Like
they had like the little curly Q,
yeah.
like little tuft of hair right here, as
Oh.
wore diapers, but they were giant.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's disturbing image.
And yeah, John Candy plays that character, but he also plays the daughter of the judge too.
So the judge wants Chevy Chase to take over to marry his daughter, which I don't know if it's his daughter or granddaughter,
It was one of the two. I can't remember.
but
now,
one that he was like, I want you to take over Lenora, or whatever the hell her name was. I want you to be heir to my seat. So we wanted him to become judge. I was like, I thought you got voted in for that, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you could just pass on your judgeship
Yeah,
to your
yeah.
kid.
Well, he was also burning bodies
Right,
too at
yeah,
his own
yeah.
will. Like they had this almost like torture thing, or almost like an incinerator.
Oh,
type
okay.
thing. And because I think they found a room where it was like a bunch of bones or
Yeah.
something too. It's all the people that were judged guilty.
Well, instead of talking about his box office flops, let's talk about one of his major successes from 1993, Cool Runnings.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme.
Get on up. It's bobsled time.
Gotta love it when it sounds like Gavin's going through puberty.
I know. Coach, you want to kiss my lucky egg?
Well, so if you haven't seen Cool Runnings, it's
Sanka, you're dead man.
yeah. It's a true story, based on a true story about a Jamaican bobsled team. Like the movie starts out with these guys are all just like Olympic level like sprinters. They're all really fast, but when they're in a qualifying run, somebody trips and knocks over like 3 other people, and it disqualifies them from going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And then they figure out that if they can get into the Olympics, because there's an expat on the island who used to be a bobsled coach. So they all just like go up to him and be like, "Can you teach us how to bobsled?" And he's like, basically just like fuck off. And he's like closing doors and windows. He just wants to sit in a Jamaican middle of nowhere bar and just get drunk like daily.
Make bets. And he's basically retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he was kicked out of the sport for cheating or something,
Yeah.
I believe. So, but he does teach them how to be bobsleds, and they do qualify to go to the Winter Olympics that year. And, you know, the main character, Senka is the only name I can remember.
Julius.
Yeah, oh, Julius, the main guy.
You remember Yul Brenner?
Yul Brenner.
But no, they go to the Winter Olympics, but every time they're training and they're falling over, Julius always goes, "Sanka, you dead man?" And he goes, "Yeah, man." But they're in like one of the final races of the Olympics, and their bobsled like crashes in one of the tubes, like turns, and it was a really cool. I think this has actually happened at the Olympics.
It did.
Yeah.
So when they crash, you know, they do the "Sanka, you dead man?" He's like, "Yeah," and they're like, "We're finishing this race," so they all just pick up the bobsled and walk it across the finish line. Obviously, that does not count as completing the race, but
Well, it did, but the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Pulled
like
it well
20
out of-
minutes.
The
Yeah.
bobsled made it across with all of them in it. It was above them instead of underneath them.
But you know, after the movie, you know, they said they did not win this year, but they did go back 4 years later and take home the gold. So, which is really cool. It's just a really fun movie.
I also like one of the training runs, so they finally get like the suit on, and for the first time, and they haven't repainted the sled yet, so it's still like that raggedy, like just
Rich.
silver, just pure metal looking color. It's like, coach, I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold it. Okay, hold it. So he gets in and they go down the ride, and like one of the turns they end up crashing, and then Julian says, "Sanga, you can go to the bathroom now." Too late.
And what was the other guy's name? He was the rich boy that he was afraid of his father. I can't remember what his name was because I liked him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah,
them
he was-
all.
No,
Well, yeah.
they were all great, but yeah, that kid he at least had also a side story to him too, because his
Yeah.
father came and found him.
Yeah,
in
because
America,
his father didn't want him to be a bobsled because he thought it would be like a disgrace. Like, you're Jamaican, we don't do this. You should be a runner. And then when he finds out that he is,
Well, no,
But
he
he
didn't.
wanted to
He
be
didn't
in
want.
business.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
wanted him to I think it was maybe law firm or something.
Yeah,
like-
something like that.
But
but yeah. So when he found out he was doing bobsled, I think where was it? Was it Vancouver or something like that?
yeah, it was
Yeah,
in
it was
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, he actually flies up to the Olympics to try and get him to come home.
Oh yeah. No, father.
You take your money.
You are bad mother. I see pride. I see power.
What does Cool Running stand for?
Oh shit! I used to know that.
Peace be the journey.
Well, you were not supposed to
Oh,
tell
sorry.
him.
I know the answer now.
Scratch that.
We'd run out of time.
Ice.
Yeah,
Vine.
Yeah.
Life.
The next 20 minutes would just be dead silence
Yeah.
of me just trying to think of what the hell that means.
Peace be the journey, man. Peace be the journey.
Cool runnings.
I like when they first get off the plane or on the bus in Canada, and they're all just bummed up. They're just like
Well,
freaking
Sanka
out.
runs back in, like takes his whole bag out and puts all his clothes on.
every single thing on.
Sanka, what you smoking? I'm not smoking. I'm freezing.
not smoking. I'm freezing. No, that was a very good movie. That was definitely up there.
Definitely. I'm looking at the list of movies, and it says he's in Rookie of the Year, and
Yeah.
I can't remember him.
He's the announcer.
Oh, okay. He's like the sports.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's basically Bob Euchre.
Okay, that I could not for the life of me. Like, I've seen that movie like 3 times. I cannot remember him in this movie.
Yeah, he's up in there and they're talking like after they win or they win 2 games. Like, and Henry Roland Gardner has led the Dodgers to their or the Cubs to their longest winning streak of the season, 2.
Look at them now. They have at least 1 pennant that I can in recent years.
That they do now.
I remember I was working with a coworker in Chicago, and she's like, "Yeah, we're all leaving early because the parade's about to start, and those of us who don't live in the city want to get out of it before that starts."
Tends to help. There was the other movie he did with Eugene Levy, Armed and Dangerous.
So
yeah.
I saw that, and I want to say I've seen that movie, but I cannot remember a single thing from it.
Him and so he's a cop who he goes to bust meeting John Candy. John Candy's a police officer. And he sees like a robbery in progress. Well, ends up being 2 crooked cops that are taking stuff, and they're like, "Come on, man, you know the drill." So they end up basically getting him booted off the force because they're crooked cops, and so a lot of people in this police force are also on the take and crooked doing things. So he gets fired or suspended. Eugene Levy is a lawyer, a very bad public defender, who it begins with him in a courtroom. And there's this guy who looks psycho as hell, and that's who he's defending. And the guy leans over and he's like, "If I go to jail, I'm going to kill you." And so he asks to see the judge. He's like, "Your Honor, can I come up to approach the bench?" And he goes up and he's like, is there any way I can get removed from this case? He says he's going to kill me. And he's like, and the judge basically looks at him. He's like, they go back and forth for a minute, but it ends up judge is like, "I'll tell you what. I will give him a guilty verdict that will put him away for so long he will never ever see you again, as long as you promise to quit this profession right now." And he does. So he quits, and so they're looking for jobs, and they end up working for this armed car agency, armored truck agency, and they have to join this union. And it's Meg Ryan is the daughter of the guy who runs the company. And so she's kind of like giving them all their assignments. So they have to go through these union stuff. Well, in the union, obviously there's a lot of corruption. And so they get kind of tangled in the web of this whole thing. And, it's one of those, no, we know they did it, but then they get caught. Or, they're the bad guys know, and everybody else is in on it. So they're, about to lose their jobs or not being able to fix the problem. One of those stories. And so basically they end up solving the crime and stopping the bad guys. And
Nice.
But he's just funny because it's Eugene Levy. He's just like
he's
this
so
nervous guy and John Candy's character is like this rough and tumble cop type. And there's a scene where he carries that gun, that big ass gun. Do you remember that thing?
Oh God, yeah.
And it's got the scope and everything on it. And he's trying to meet him because they're like planning on it. Meg Ryan and Eugene Levy are driving the armored truck. And they're going to divert the bad guys.
It's like a Desert Eagle with like a silencer and a scope almost.
Yes. It's this massive gun he's got.
A couple of weeks ago, we came over and you were watching, I can't remember if it was Friday the 13th or a Halloween movie, but there was a kid in...
Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah. Like, to get her boyfriend out of jail, she grabs the cop's gun, and it's like a Beretta 9mm, but it's got like a ×8 deer rifle scope on it and a laser sight.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that,
Basically.
Yeah, it was like almost like
but a little bit bigger. Like,
it was like Dirty Harry on steroids.
Oh, damn.
But like you said, like with the scope and the silencer. So he's bringing that, and he's on his motorcycle, and he's like, Eugene Levy knows there's something going to happen. He's like, he's not going to make it. And Megar's like, no, he said he was. Like, he's not going to. He's going to want to make it, but he's not going to make it. Well, they cut to him, and he's stuck in traffic. His motorcycle dies, and he gets this big trucker guy who's like a little off. Cool guy, but he's a little off. And he's like, hey, I got to get to this place. So the trucker just starts railing through people. And he's like, yeehaw! And they're doing this stuff. And so they get to the spot. A little late, but they get there. And at the end of it, he's like, man, you sure are one crazy son of a bitch. He's like, where can I get one of them? He's like, there, thanks for the ride. It's yours. It's like, oh, man, thanks so much.
So many illegal things in that recap.
Yeah, that's not registered at all.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what Armed Dangerous is about.
Okay. That does. I do like Eugene Levy. Like he's a very funny comedian, so I can only see those two. The pairing of those two comedians working very well.
And he was good in Splash too.
Oh yeah, he was the jerk,
The
trying
scientist.
To, he was the one trying to expose her all the time.
We got a few minutes left, so let's talk about one of his probably his most famous role, I would say, Barf from Spaceballs.
I was gonna go with Uncle Buck, but okay.
Spaceballs for me. But if you haven't seen Spaceballs, one, what's wrong with you? You should just stop listening and go watch that movie right now.
And I didn't even say it.
How dare you?
But it's a spoof of Star Wars. So it's just fantastic. When they jam their radar, they throw a giant, glass jar of jam at the satellite.
Well, not just that. It was also like, they made fun of Star Trek, Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically anything in space. They made
Aliens.
Fun of. Yep.
Oh yeah, it was the same actor.
Technically Alien.
Alien.
But he was the same actor from
Yeah,
Alien.
yeah.
So
Not
it's
again.
Yeah.
That's what he says. Not again.
If you're wondering what we're referring to, it's when you see the chest bursters. So the guy who had his chest burst in the first movie somehow survived, went to the Spaceball universe.
Hey, what did that guy get? He got the special. Change mine to the suit.
Yeah. So he has the same. But the chest burster gets out and starts singing Ragtime Gal.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. And he somehow gets a top hat and a cane, and he's just like dancing his way, singing this, and he just goes into the back, and the waitress is like, shit happens.
Yeah. So what if in an alternate universe, what if that's how the aliens acted when they grew up? Instead of just trying to kill everybody, they just did a song and dance routine for you.
I'd be okay with that. I mean, I don't want them breathing through my chest, but...
Oh, no, I mean, clearly.
Somebody else, fine, man.
Yeah.
But one of the best movies, they all go into, like, hyperspace, and Rick Moranis, who plays Lord Helmet, he's like, we gotta go faster. We're like, but sir, it's too fast. He's like, do it! They go plaid. Like, oh my... And you can see it, like, it's actually a really cool shot with Bill Pullman and John Candy in the...
Winnebago.
Yeah, the Winnebago, effectively. They're at light speed, and then they just see this trail of plaid go above there. Like, holy shit, they went plaid.
That's Spaceball 1.
They went to plaid.
But when they stop...
he's like, wait, turn it off. And their like face is like,
they're
sitting back like this.
It's like they're holding onto railings and they're just being lifted up off the ground. But when they stop, Rick Moranis just flies head on into like the control panel in front of him, and he gets up and he's like, "Let's take a 10-minute break. Smoke them if you got them." And everybody, Gavin, I think you sent us this reel, but Tuvok is in this movie, so they're looking for Lone Star and the princess and everyone. And they're like, comb the desert. And, it's Mel Brooks, so it's a stick gag where they actually just have giant combs and they're just walking across the desert. And Lord Helmet's like, you guys find anything? No?
We found shit.
Yeah, and there are two black guys that are using like a pick comb. And he's like, found anything? We ain't found shit. And that's the guy who played Tuvok.
Yep.
There's a reel of him like, I've played this character, this character, this character, and the only thing I'm ever remembered for is saying, I ain't found shit.
Yep.
And as he's doing it, he's got one of those like Asian like drawing sand pits, and he's like, where they do like the calligraphy in it,
Yeah.
and he's combing that.
I also love like the Lord Helmet, Darth Helmet.
Darth Helmet.
Yeah, Darth Helmet. Well, he changes his helmet when they go into he's got a big like explorer's. But it's like usually just a hat
Yeah,
knitted
safari
into
hat.
It
giant
makes it into a full helmet, and he has to open up the little window in his eyes to see. Once again, it's Mel Brooks. These are all just classic jokes, and I don't know if it's the first time anyone's ever done it, but I'd like to think so. He invented meta. Like where are they? We can find them by watching the movie now.
Yeah.
Like
What
when will
is
now?
this? It's already happened.
Yeah, when will now be then? Soon.
You got that?
Also, like, I love when they rip off the Star Wars and they're doing the Schwartz fight with the rings, like lightsabers, effectively. They're like, so in Star Wars, he's like, Luke, I am your father, and he's like, Lone Star, I am your father's uncle's best friend's former roommate. And he's like, well, what's that makes us? Absolutely nothing. And then they go back to fighting.
Which is what you're about to be. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Yeah, they started right there.
Yeah.
Where he like tries to swing at him and hit his helmet, and it like the saber bounces off of it. But then finally he just realizes he could just hold the helmet and Brass just
Yeah, he's so short he just can't reach him.
We can't go after him. Why? He's got the Schwartz. Sir, your ring. Don't you have the Schwartz too? Yeah, but he got the upside. I got the downside.
Yeah,
There's
two
two sides
sides.
to every Schwartz.
If you haven't
But
seen
they even
Spaceballs,
they even go into Rambo when they break out the princess from jail, and she's got the blaster.
oh yeah, she's
and
like,
then all of a sudden it gets
yeah,
it
shot my head.
yeah, like a little tuft falls
Yeah.
out, and then she
just like
turns into Rambo.
cocks a laser weapon, which I don't think you would need to do, but
Right.
she just dead eyes like 10 doosh doosh doosh, and you just see them just bouncing
falling off.
Yep.
Every stormtrooper in real Star Wars needs to take lessons from her.
Right?
I should shot my head. Son of a bitch. But yeah, that's Spaceballs.
The prince she was gonna marry was Prince Valium.
Oh yeah, he was always sleeping.
He was always yawning.
Here to watch the princess at the altar and run out the door and into a spaceship. What's going on here?
And I like her father was the king.
Yeah.
King Druidia of Druidia. He
She's
was the guy
Druish.
from like Eight Is Enough.
Yeah, she's Jewish.
I never would have expected her to be Jewish.
But yeah, he did that old sitcom like Eight Is Enough or something. Like that's
Yeah.
the last time I remember really seeing him in anything, and then I saw him in that movie. I was like, wait, what?
He was also in Men in Tights.
Yes.
Yep.
Quick little section.
I lost? No. I got another shot. He gets another shot. Yeah, he does.
It's good times though, man.
Very good times.
Oh, it's
And Barf, if you remember, was a Mog, half
Yep.
man, half dog. He was his own best friend.
Yep. And then
The code for the shield is 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds like a combination the idiot would have on his luggage.
and he tells like the
And then Mel
president.
Brooks, then Mel Brooks comes in and goes, "Hey, same combination I have on my luggage."
All right, open the shield and someone change my lock the code on my luggage. I like it when he gets teleported and he's like, his head's on backwards and he's like, "Why didn't anyone tell me my ass was this big?"
I don't know about this beaming stuff. Is it safe? Oh yes, sir. Scotty beamed me twice last night.
Yeah.
It's quite thrilling.
Once again, in classic Mel Brooks style, they beam him back and he fixes it. And he's like, "I'm just gonna walk," and he walks out the door and it's just it's the
It's
next
right
room.
next
Yeah.
to
Well, you know, it's Mel
Spaceballs the lunchbox. Spaceballs the
And
toy.
they had the
Spaceballs the flamethrower.
they had the double mint twins in there.
Yep.
Most people watching this are probably too young to remember them.
Yeah. The guy from Police Academy, the man of 1,000 voices.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah.
But so when he's Darth Helmet's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Well, I lost the beeps, the boops, and the plops," and then he does these.
The sweeps.
Yeah, the sweeps.
Beeps, the boops, and the sweeps.
and you know, being the man of 1,000 voices, he does all of them very well. It's very funny. But I just read an article. He's reprising his
Yeah.
role for the sequel that's supposedly
I
coming
mean,
out.
hell,
next year.
Rick Moranis came out of retirement for it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Couldn't get him out for Ghostbusters.
No.
But they got him out for Spaceballs.
When Mel Brooks calls, you answer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably also because, Mel Brooks is going to be 100.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, if he called me and, it might be the last
turn
time
this-
I ever really get to see him.
Right.
Hope it's not, but,
Yeah.
it's 100. let's call a spade here. That's old.
Yeah.
You guys should definitely be taking your vitamins and doing your daily regimens to
Yeah, he's got
continue
like
on.
an on-set doctor.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's helping with the writing, but I think he's more of just like a consulting producer or something.
Yeah, why would he want to be anything else? I'd
Yeah.
be like, all right, I just want to sit here. My
Like-
job is to sit here.
That's not how that joke should go. Redo it. No, we're done. We're wrapped for the day. Well, I
We'll
don't
fix
give
it
a
in
shit.
post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 100. I don't give a shit. This is your movie.
Do with it what you want, So yeah, we got about a minute or two left here, but yeah, overall though, if again, like we talked about in many other times when we discuss something, we probably missed some films, and there are some other ones out there.
And they're probably your favorites.
Yep,
Like-
he did do one of the voices in that cartoon Heavy Metal back in the 80s.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah,
one
I've
of
seen that on my list. I've seen that movie once, and I was like, sure.
There was also one I want to find and watch now, The Clown Murders. That's a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, though.
What year was it?
76.
Okay.
Practical Jokers kidnap a buddy's wife, Susan Keller, from a Halloween party, but it gets out of hand.
And he's the lead.
He's the lead in it. Oh wow.
To tell you how old this is, the other three top billed cast members, their IMDb photos are black and white.
Yeah.
So that's how far back we're going on this one.
But he has been in quite a few other ones. I did forget that he had that small role in Little Shop of Horrors, where he was like the guy trying to sign it. I think he was trying to get him signed on to that. Or no, he was a radio announcer.
I think so.
Yeah, the radio show
The
guy.
jockey.
Yeah.
And
Seymour!
also in JFK.
Yes.
I don't remember what he was in JFK.
It's been a while since I've seen JFK.
Yeah.
I actually was able to watch that in school. It's a very good movie. I had to get a permission slip signed for
Right.
it.
Well, you
Yeah.
got to tell us who he was. I don't remember.
It was over 20 years ago.
I know. And on that note, we're about going to wrap it up. Thank you guys again so much for joining us, talking John Candy, one of the late and greats,
Yes.
great and lates. And if you guys do get a chance to check out, if you have Amazon Prime, it is worth checking out the documentary I Like Me. It's very, very good. It does tug at the heartstrings near the end,
Yeah.
too. So,
Oh, I bet.
So, just a fair warning, get your tissues out. Don't be worried about being too manly.
And if you don't want a guy cry, he has a filmography of truly great movies.
Yep.
Like if you haven't seen any of these movies, go watch Spaceballs, Cool Runnings, Who's Harry Crumb, and just basically Google John Candy and watch the movies.
Yeah, just watch John Candy.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We're gonna contact Tubi and just make that our own channel.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, for Movie Talks and Chill, we're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
All right, guys. Take care.